Welcome to a new video of Monster Kill Test, and today I'll be showcasing the Ultimatum weapons of this event. This is footage of me buying everything from the event shop. It took me about 40 wins to win everything, and each win was around 1 hour long. So it took me about 40 hours of just pure grinding to get every item in the shop. As you can see, I bought Mad Chili and Tornball last because those items, they don't save whenever you buy them, meaning that you have to buy them again. So I highly recommend you to record these items so to prove that you have evidence of you owning the items. As you can see, my character's trying to get the umbrella to work. It's a really crappy weapon, not even a weapon, it's a really crappy item for what it does. Like, its main purpose is supposed to glide you down slowly, but it's not even good at its one job. Like, here, I'm going to jump off the building, the concrete tower right now. As you can see, it doesn't really glide you down slowly, and there's no main purpose for it. And all it really does, it gets in the way. Like the witch's broom, it gets in the way of that. The next item I have to showcase is the Molotov. The Molotov does decent crowd control damage. It's spammable, and you can basically be an alcoholic dad. Footage, I'm mainly just flying through the event items, but the next item on the list is the Mad Chili. The Mad Chili is kind of like, if you ever played Plants vs. Zombies, it's like that one chili plant. It burns in the game, it burns the lane, but in this game, it burns a lane. It burns a straight line. It burns in a straight line. So later on in the footage, I'm gonna use it. But this item, it's not that bad. It looks pretty cool, and it does decent burn damage. The next item on the list is the coconut drink. So this drink, it regens stamina 65%, and it regens health by 7%. It takes 40 seconds for the cooldown to end. The next item on the list is the throwing barrel. So there's two types of barrels in this item. There is the regular one, which if you throw it at anything, it has a chance to move it, and it does very bad damage against the rake or any kind of enemy. Then next you have the explosive barrel, which does a little more damage, but it's still pretty bad. This item is mainly a mobility item, since whenever you equip it, you start running. So just imagine running with it and equipping it at the same time. You go really fast. And the weapon, it takes about 15 stamina each time you use it. I would highly recommend you to buy this weapon first. The footage shows how the rolling barrel works, but the next item on the list is the Thornball. The Thornball, what it does is it adds 175 HP to your total HP count, and right now I'm going to use the Mad Chili. So see how it's like a lane? Yeah, I would say it's good for crowd control. It's really good. And continuing off from Thornball, it can stack with any armor. So you can stack it with full Santa armor, and it will give it like 475 health. It's super overpowered. But the thing is, the cost of it giving you more health is that it makes you slower. It takes 2 walk speed away from you. The next item on the list is the rolling barrel. So the rolling barrel, it's device dependent. So if you have a device that can handle a lot of frames, it will go farther. But if you have a device that can't handle a lot of frames, it will go that far. So make sure you have a device that can go very far, and if you don't have one, then I don't recommend you to buy this item. This item gives you invincibility while you're using it, and it's really good when trying to escape an enemy. The final item on the list is the pepper macaron. So with this item, you have to hold your mouse or your screen to use it. So how it works is your stamina decreases gradually, and it has 3 phases. So the first phase is you go really slow, like you go slower than your average walk speed, and if you collide into anything, if you collide to anything in all 3 phases, it will end the pepper macaron itself. So if you end the pepper macaron in phase 1, nothing will happen to you. You won't ragdoll, you won't fly around. You'll just go back to normal, and the pepper will fall off of you. On phase 2, you go a little faster. Your stamina should be around 0, and if you collide into anything, you will take around 40 damage. And finally on phase 3, if you collide into anything, you will die, and you run uncontrollably fast. And do know, within all 3 phases, colliding into anything like enemies, it doesn't do any damage, but it knocks them back. If you didn't already know it, the pepper macaron is based off of the pepper macaron from Pizza Tower, and you need 50 stamina or 50 stamina to start another pepper mac run. And if you were to collide into anything on phase 3, you won't die. You'll be down. You won't die though. So if you don't get killed by anything, you should be fine, and you should be able to mac run again. But to sum it all up, the list of items you should get in order, or the essentials you really would need, is the throwing barrel, since you run fast, because you run passively. The coconut drink, since it's free stamina, free drinking stamina thingy, and I would say the Molotov is pretty good too. The torn barrel, the torn ball is a must. You will have more health, and sure, you're slower, but you could just use the throwing barrel to make yourself faster. And yeah, this event, there isn't really that many good DPS event items from this event. There's just mainly mobility items, so those are the items I would recommend you to get. Everything else, it's optional. Pepper Mac Run, it's like a flex item. It's not really good in anything. It's fun to use. The rolling barrel, I wouldn't get that if you have low frames, and even with high frames, it isn't worth the price. So what I highly recommend you to buy in order would be the throwing barrel, the coconut drink, the thorn ball, the Molotov, the mad chili, the pepper mac, rolling barrel, and the umbrella. That's the order you should go by. That concludes the events. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section or in DMs.